4. By Megan Hemingway. Published 31 minutes ago. Thread. Follow. Share. Link copied to clipboard. Ted Lasso. Related. Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso and Brendan Hunt as Coach Beard from Ted Lasso. Every character confirmed to be returning for Ted Lasso Season 4. Indira Varma as Ilaria Sand in Game of Thrones with the HBO logo behind her. Timeless classic, HBO's 2-season historical epic praised by experts was cancelled way too soon. Imagery, from His 3 Daughters 1. His 3 Daughters ending explained, what really happened to their father Vincent. Manage your Screen Rant account. Rebecca, Hannah Waddingham, smiling and looking sideways in Ted Lasso. Now that Ted Lasso will potentially be returning for a 4th season, there are several storylines in the sports comedy that can now continue, including one great plot between Keeley and Rebecca. About a month ago, Deadline reported that Warner Bros. Television had optioned 3 actors in the Ted Lasso cast to return for a new season: Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, and Jeremy Swift. The company is reportedly going to continue creating contracts with the rest of the actors so that another season can be made. This is a huge relief for viewers, especially after the show's controversial finale. For most of its run, Ted Lasso was deeply beloved by its audience. The show's heartwarming themes and hilarious characters made for a show that perfectly walked the line between knee-slapping comedy and emotional drama. Yet, the show's 3rd and originally final season wasn't as well received as its predecessors. There was a perception that Ted Lasso's ending was rushed and left many storylines open-ended. Plus, it was devastating to see Ted leave Richmond. Thus, the return of Ted Lasso is much needed, and the potential for new and exciting plots is unlimited. Juno Temple's return in Ted Lasso Season 4 means the show can cover Rebecca and Keeley overseeing a women's team. What a Ted Lasso women's team might add. According to Deadline, one of the first actors Warner Bros. Is reaching out to with a new deal is Juno Temple, who played Keeley Jones in Ted Lasso. This news is particularly exciting because that means one storyline introduced at the end of Season 3 can actually come to fruition in Ted Lasso Season 4. At the end of Ted Lasso, Keeley suggests creating an AFC Richmond women's team. With both Temple and Waddingham hopefully returning in the new season, this seed of an idea can actually happen. It isn't entirely clear how a women's team would fit into the general structure of Ted Lasso if the main team is returning, but it is definitely an exciting addition. In the same way that Ted and Beard provided wisdom and insight to the flawed members of AFC Richmond, Keeley and Rebecca can do the same for their women's team. Plus, this offers an opportunity for even more cast members to be introduced to the show. Since Ted Lasso thrives on its diverse ensemble, this could open the door for even more amazing talent. Focusing on a women's team would be an exciting change for Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso Season 4 needs change. Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso smiling and pointing in Ted Lasso. Furthermore, focusing on a women's team would bring a much-needed change to Ted Lasso Season 4. While it was wonderful to see the men of AFC Richmond grow and change, it sort of feels like their story is over, at least in terms of soccer. They became better through Ted's coaching and improved as people. In this way, focusing on a new team could be just what the show needs. It would bring up new conflicts, new themes, and make the next season feel fresh in a way that Season 3 did not. Finally, a Ted Lasso women's team would put more spotlight on the show's female characters, though differently. Keeley and Rebecca always played an important role in Ted Lasso, though their storylines often had more to do with relationships and being taken seriously in the workplace. If they were to run a women's team, however, they would be showcased in a completely different setting, which could be a fun switch-up. In the end, there are a lot of different directions Ted Lasso Season 4 could go in with a women's team, so hopefully it actually happens.